What's going on, guys? Briar Rabbit here. Welcome to Shard It or Keep It, the series where I make an argument both for and against dismantling an item, and you make the decision. This week, we'll be making the big decision for the exotic shotgun, the Lord of Wolves. But first, let's take a look at the results from last week's weapon, Patience and Time. Patience and Time is an exotic sniper rifle with arc damage. Introduced in Vanilla Destiny, this weapon became a fast favorite among players for its usefulness in both PvP and in PvE. A low damage, fast firing sniper, Patience and Time's perks include Third Eye. Radar stays active when aiming down this weapon's sights. A choice between custom optics, giving the player lower zoom and a wider view, fitted stock to increase weapon stability, and Field Scout for maxed out ammo capacity. Finally, the exotic perk Patience and Time grants active camo when aiming down sights. Reasons for sharding this weapon were mainly focused on its low damage profile. In PvE, it doesn't do a whole lot of damage per shot, so even though it does have the Field Scout perk, you tend to run out of ammo for it rather quickly. In truth, I don't really think this is a good choice for PvE when stronger snipers like Ephrodite's Spear or the Black Hammer are available. I also don't love the default scope. There's just too much zoom for the majority of the maps in Destiny. You can lower the zoom by selecting custom optics, but this perk is in the same column as Field Scout, which I think is one of the strongest perks on this gun. I also argued that it could not one-shot kill recently revived opponents in game types like Elimination. This was an error. With the aggressive ballistics perk equipped, it is capable of enough damage to get this done, so thank you to everyone in the comments who pointed this out. Reasons to keep Patience and Time? Well, it's really fun to use in PvP. Field Scout is no longer available on legendary sniper rifles and is super useful for going on extended sniping streaks. It does one-shot headshot Guardians, but if you miss and score a body shot, its fast fire rate, high degree of aim assist, and superb stability make a follow-up shot super easy. And its exotic perk gives you invisibility. That's a pretty damn good perk on a sniper rifle, and it works. In PvP, most Guardians are just a bit slower to notice you, and enemy snipers need a moment longer to zero in on your head when this is in use. It's a great perk, and it's really fun to use. Once the arguments were made, I left the decision up to you, and as usual, the comments were both passionate and entertaining. Alex Flaming Taco Fury Hiffler said, "Could have sworn it could kill off a revive with aggressive ballistics. That aside, it's a monster of a gun and oh so fun, keep it." Stray 570 said, "Obviously keep it, and it can one-shot off revive with aggressive ballistics." And Gregorio Nunez said, "Pretty sure it can one-shot an overshielded Guardian if you pick up aggressive ballistics." Once the votes were counted, you guys proved to be nearly unanimous in your love for this exotic sniper. With a score of 57 votes for Shard It and 689 votes for Keep It, Patience and Time keeps its place in the vault. The Lord of Wolves is an exotic shotgun earned by completing an Elder Cipher bounty. Like the other weapons earned in this manner, it's very unique. A solar damage shotgun, it operates and feels like no other shotgun in this game. Instead of firing one lethal burst of several pellets at once, it fires a 5-round pulse that feels similar to a pulse rifle. It has solar damage and some unique perks as well. Hipfire adds bonus accuracy when firing from the hip. A choice between speed reload, extended mag, and perfect balance lets you customize the weapon's behavior. And finally, the exotic perk Devil's Touch gives nearby allies +3 recovery for 30 seconds. Okay, this gun is super unique, but what is the case for dismantling it? Let's start with PvP. I don't like this weapon in the Crucible much at all. First of all, it's a pulse-fired shotgun. Every other shotgun in the game will kill faster if within range. This gun requires 5 bullets to kill a fully shielded Guardian. This can be tricky to pull off because the shots fired from it have bullet travel time, and the gun has pretty poor base stability. It can kill in one burst from a longer range than other shotguns, but it's unlikely to do so until you're really good at using it, and if you need to fire a second burst, you're probably already dead. Its exotic perk is not that useful in PvP either. To use Devil's Touch, your team has to A, know about it, and B, stay within range of its effects. While playing with a random squad, neither of these are common, and even on a coordinated team, the range of the effect, just a bit bigger than the Ward of Dawn bubble, is too small to be very useful in many situations, and frankly, can make you a very attractive target to area of effect supers. You could use it in PvP and have success, but I think there are just better choices. In PvE, the Devil's Touch is often unused as well. Any content that requires your fire team to split up makes the perk utterly useless. It really is too bad that it doesn't have a wider area of effect. The bullet travel time can be an issue in PvE content as well. Warping enemies like Minotaurs or Captains can just warp out of your fire while you are mid-pulse. This is not something that standard shotguns need to deal with. This gun does have very high damage per second numbers, but needs sustained and accurate fire to do it. You must land all 5 shots from each burst to keep the DPS up, something that other shotguns like Dry Rot or the Fourth Horseman don't need to do. So against fast-moving enemies or enemies that warp, a more traditional shotgun would be a better choice. Alright, there are certainly some downsides to Lord of Wolves. Now, what are the upsides? This thing holds a ton of ammo, and its magazine is huge as well. Holding 30 shots in the magazine, or 39 with extended mag, this thing can kill enemies with huge health bars very quickly, especially if they are solar shielded. Cabal Majors, bosses, wizards, anything that is fairly slow moving and that you can get into range of is going to melt in front of this gun. And that's easy to do because of the range of this weapon. Compared to other fast firing shotguns, the range is extremely long, allowing you to stay outside of melee range from majors or bosses but still do a bunch of damage. With the Fourth Horseman, my strategy is to run up to a boss, blast him, and then try to run away before he can kill me with his close range attack. With the Lord of Wolves, I can just hang out outside of that attack and blast away until he's dead. The Lord of Wolves is earned in the Prison of Elders, and I think that's where its exotic perk, Devil's Touch, really shines. In so many of the encounters, your fire team is close together fighting off waves of enemies to stay alive. With Devil's Touch, it's a bit easier because they're regenerating health faster. Combine this with a Titan who has Ward of Dawn, and you're going to be the most popular Guardian in the Reef. It just makes your fire team better. I really love using this gun in Prison of Elders. In fact, I just really love the Lord of Wolves. Is it the best gun in every situation? No, definitely not. But it is a fun and very unique weapon, and one that really rewards a team that is working together. But in the end, it doesn't matter what I think, it matters what you think. Is the Lord of Wolves worth its spot in the inventory? That's up to you. In the comments below, cast your vote. Shard it or keep it, and in the next episode, I will act upon your recommendation. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to hit that like button if you liked the video, subscribe if you're new to the channel, and I'll see you guys next time.